Hello and welcome to another creative tutorial. Today we have some explosion brushes available for download in the description below. We're going to use these explosion brushes to add masking techniques to help us create this very cool text effect. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to click on the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and share it. Let's get started. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is open up a new document, 1920 by 1080 pixels. The next thing we're going to do is bring up our image that we have available for download in the description below. And on our keyboards, we're going to press Ctrl T to bring up our transform tool. And I'm going to click on the corner icon and drag out while holding the Shift and Alt key. And we're just going to scale this out till we fill our canvas. I'm going to press Ctrl 0 to zoom out. While holding the Shift and Alt key, I'll continue to scale out. And there we go. That looks good. I'll press Enter. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is select our type tool. And we're going to be using Seagull font, Seagull UI. And I have it set to bold. And the size is set to 252 points. I'm going to click on the document. Begin typing, and I'm just going to move it into place here. I think that looks good right there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to lower the opacity on this type layer. So I'll lower it to about 60%. Yeah, that looks good. Let me make sure it's at 60. And we're going to add a mask to this type layer, so you can click on the mask icon at the bottom of the layers panel. I have my foreground set to black. I'm going to select my brush tool. You want to download the explosion brushes that we have available in the description below. And when you right click on your document, you should see your brush options available here. And we're going to be using brush number, if I'm not mistaken, is 008. Yeah, so it's powder explosion 008. When you have that brush selected, we're going to zoom in and begin making our mask. Okay, I see we're going to have to rotate this brush because I want to get the corner here. So what I'm going to do is right click, and we're just going to see, we're going to rotate it, and you can hover your brush outside of the panel to see the orientation of the brush. So I want it scale. I think that looks good right there. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. And as soon as you have your orientation set, you can begin masking. I think that looks good. I'm going to rotate my brush again. We're going to be consistently rotating the brush so we can get a realistic effect here. I think that looks good. I'm going to scale it down a bit. Yeah, that looks good there. Okay, and we might want to touch this corner here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, matter of fact, we're gonna go right here. So again, I'm gonna right click, we're gonna rotate this brush, and we're just gonna get this area right here. Okay, now we're gonna start masking out on this letter here. Again, I'm gonna right click, rotate my brush. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And now we can begin masking. Now I'm going to flip this brush upside down. Again, right click. Let's see here. I think that looks good there. I flipped it upside down because as you see the orientation now, the bottom portion is a bit hard, and the top portion of this particular brush, it has a softer edge, so it gives them a more realistic look to the effect here. I think that looks good. So now we're gonna rotate our brush to get this corner here and maybe go up. So again, I'm gonna rotate my brush, right click, and maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that looks good. So you see I'm clicking multiple times to get the effect here. There we go. So I click, I change between clicking multiple times to dragging. When I have the fade that I like, then I drag out to complete the mask. Okay, I'll use my space bar to drag over a bit, and we're gonna flip this brush again, right click. That looks good there, but just a little bit more. Yeah, like this here. And now that we have this bottom portion with the soft edge, I'm going to flip the brush upside down once again. And we're just going to get the opposite side. We'll get the top side of the L. Maybe that looks good. There we go. There we go. I'm holding the space bar to move over. Again, I'm going to get this corner here, so I'm going to rotate my brush slightly. Right click. It's probably a bit too much. A little bit more. And that looks good. And we're just going to get this area here. No two images will be alike. I would love to see what you guys come up with. So if you want, you can send us your image or leave us a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to see what you guys come up with using this these explosion brushes. I'm going to rotate slightly, right click. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. And being that this side is a bit harder, the right side of this orientation right here is a bit harder, it allows us to really clean up the mask. Okay, we might have to bring back some of this this mask here on the letter E. Yeah, otherwise I think we're looking good. Let's get rid of some of this here. Okay, now let's bring the opacity back up to 100% on our text layer to see what we have. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. We might have to clean up the E like I had mentioned, and we're going to add a bit more to the letter B. So we might want to add a little more masking here. We'll clean up the E and we should be okay. Okay, so let's zoom into the letter B first, and we're gonna add some more of a mask here. And we're gonna put some on this side as well. So I'm gonna get this corner right here. I'm gonna right click, rotate my brush, and we're gonna just get that corner there. Okay, that looks good. Now let's just get this corner here. I'm going to scale down my brush a bit and really get in that corner there. And now I'm going to rotate slightly so I can get this area right here. And we're going to do the same on this side as well. So I'll rotate slightly. Maybe a little bit more. I think that looks good there. And we're going to do the same on this side here. So we'll rotate it back. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see what we got now. Yeah, that looks much better. We might want to take a little bit from the bottom of the L, but I don't think it's necessary. I think we got a pretty nice looking effect here. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to want to add a high pass to really help make the image pop a bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer. So I'm going to press Ctrl J on my keyboard to duplicate. And we're going to go into Filter, Other, and choose High Pass. You can set the radius to 2 pixels. Select OK. And we're going to change the blending mode to Linear Light. And yeah, that should help really make it pop a bit more. And if it has a little bit too much contrast, you can just scale down the opacity. And there you go, guys. You have completed this very cool text effect. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to click on the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it. We're always looking for new content to upload, so if you have any ideas for future tutorials that you'll like us to upload, please let us know in the comment sections below. Until next time.